Namaste. Hello everyone. Welcome to Shalgulhati Shiva and Mysticism for another episode of Monday with Mahadev. Today I am going to share something with you which was very interesting. In fact, two or three things related to Shiva and which are so fresh in my mind because they happened just 20 minutes back. And I decided that let's record a Monday with Mahadev on this for all of you and share it with you. So, as some of you know, that I have my Facebook page on Shiva where we interact, and from that page, I also arrange online guidance sessions and Shiva Sutra classes. One of the ladies who often does Shiva Sutras with me is Sri Tripura Sundari Iyengar, who is a Hindu girl settled in Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur, and she belongs to a very fine tradition of Gurukula herself. Her father is a great guru, and she is also in the ashram taking care of some of the things and at the same time doing her study on Shaivism, a part of which is with me. So about half an hour back, she called on the video. This was not our scheduled guidance session. She said, I just wanted to speak with you. And, like sometimes something is in our mind and we want to talk to our friend about it. So it was a casual talk like that. And she wanted to basically talk about how things come together in life, how the picture starts coming together in life, and how there is one moment when everything can sort out, and when we are trying to make sense of what are the patterns in our life and where do I need to go from here and things like that, which is common with all of us, whether we are students or we are householders or we are in business or we are in corporate, or as the case may be, wherever we are always trying to connect some dots. And she was at that point talking about how things can happen in one moment, and I was telling her, yes, things happen in one moment. Usually, unfortunately, we note that bad things happen in one moment. When something bad happens with us, we never forget that one moment. But because that is true, it is also true that good things can happen to us in one moment. And I was trying to explain to her one of the texts which we had done, the Bodh Panchadasika, 15 verses of Shiva's awakening. And there we have a very special word called Yugapat. And Yugapat means that Shiva can create everything in one instance. I have done a separate video on this. You can look that up. And while I was talking to her, I noticed, I said, where are you sitting? You are not in your Gurukul right now. She said, well, I'm in a cafe. And I thought I'll just call you from here. And I said, that painting behind you, is that an Ardhanareshwara? And she looked back, and I will share this with you. This is the instant picture I took of Shri, and that is me talking to her, but the picture behind, which is not coming clearly, I will just show you another one. She sent it to me, and sure enough, right behind her was Ardhanareshwara, a beautiful painting in a cafe in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, of Ardhanareshwara. And before I get to our meaning of all this, let me quickly show you the quaint little cafe where all this was happening. It is called the Black Cat Cafe. It's a vegetarian cafe, I believe, in Malaysia, where you probably get very good coffee. So while Shri was speaking to me about how things happen in one moment, how we can make sense of what is happening right now, how it all comes together, I said, well, is that an Ardhanareshwara behind you? And she looked back, and she'd been to this cafe many times, and she said, yes, this is an Ardhanareshwara. And Ardhanareshwara is when Shiva and Parvati are fused into one. And many of us can think of that as the ultimate symbol of the yin-yang, of the wu-wei, of everything being together. But suddenly it struck both of us, that we think of life in terms of dots and connecting the dots. And there is a moment when it all comes together. At least everything that has happened in our life till then comes together, and the whole picture becomes very alive. And this is also a new meaning for me about the Ardhanareshwar. When Shiva and Parvati come together, it means everything has come together. And that would mean that all the dots that we have been connecting in our lives, suddenly they make the picture very clear. That is Ardhanareshwara, God and Mother Nature, this whole world and its creator are together as one. So the picture becomes very clear to us. You see, like when we are in a dance, for example, we don't want to just get to the end of the dance to be able to say, well, that was a good dance. We like to enjoy the whole dance. Or when we are watching a film, yes, of course, at the end of the whole film, we say that was a good film, a good movie, but we are supposed to enjoy the movie moment by moment. So it is with our life. Every day that we live, some days are good, some are bad, some not so good. But we don't have to come to the end of our life to say, well, now we will be able to say whether it was a good life or not. We need to enjoy the moment. But sometimes there are days when soft little revelations like this one happen. We are talking about connecting dots, we are talking about making sense of life, and suddenly we see that there is an Ardhanareshwara, which is Shiva and Parvati coming together, and it all fits. What fits is that simply we are in this universe, we have been given the great miracle of life. We look for miracles in life, but we have been given the great miracle of life itself. So we are in this universe, we are living our lives, a day at a time, and we are sometimes thinking of our Creator, and actually He's always there. Shiva and Parvati are always there. They are there with us in this creation. Sometimes when we are having a very special moment, they manifest themselves so literally, like what happened with us. But at other times too, they are always there. And when we realize that this life, our presence, our life matters, our life in this universe is a part of that nice picture of Ardhanareshwar, of Shiva and Parvati coming together, we are one important dot on that big picture as well. The picture will not be complete without us. So I hope you liked this instant video which I did for all of you. Join me again next Monday and I will be back with another Shiva wisdom for you. Om Namah Shivaya.